Hello everyone! Today is an exciting day. I'm setting up a vertical hydroponic tower to grow lots more hydroponic plants in a small space. This is the Foody 12 hydroponic tower with 44 planting holes. Wow! The company sent me this big box to try out and share my experience online. I took a look at the company's website and I'll say it again. Wow! Some of these towers are set up outside, some inside, but they all look beautiful and I can't wait to get mine started. It's going to be indoors. But of course, I need to set it up first. There's a lot of stuff in the box. Let's take a look at what's in here. First out of the box is a package of 50 rapid rooter plugs. Say that 10 times real fast. 50 rapid rooter plugs. I'll use these instead of rock wool to get the seedlings started. I've never used these before. It will be interesting to see how they perform. They're fortified with hydroponic nutrients, and according to the reviews on Amazon, they have a very high germination rate, so I'm excited to try these. Next in the box is liquid plant food from Fox Farms. This is not the one I usually use, which is the Grow Big formula from Fox Farms. So I'm going to have to read up on this to see how much and how often to use it. This is called Big Bloom, and I believe it's supposed to be for the blossoming stage. I plan to grow leafy greens and herbs in this tower, so I'm not sure that this is appropriate for what I want to grow, but I'll figure that out later. Next up in the box is a pH up and down kit to test the pH and then to adjust it if needed. The recommended pH for most plants is between 5.5 and 6.5, so you can use this kit to test the water and then push it up or down depending on your results. Next is a TDS tester. TDS stands for Total Dissolved Solids, and it is an indicator of how strong the nutrient solution is. This is helpful to see if you need to add more nutrients to the water. The reading should be between 600 and 1000, although some plants like spinach and pak choi like higher TDS readings. Here we have a bag of no-name hydroponic clay pebbles. I have plenty of those already, but it never hurts to have more. Next we have the pieces for the 3 levels of the hydroponic tower, the tubing, some more parts. I noticed that there were some slight scuff marks and dirt inside the pieces. It could be that this was a demo model they sent me and not a brand new model. So I made sure to rinse off all the pieces so that everything was nice and clean. I don't want to start off dirty, plenty of time for that. This piece will go at the base of the unit, and here is a bag of net cups or net pots, whichever you want to call them, and a pump. Looks like a pretty powerful pump rated at 250 gallons per hour. Wow, they really sent a lot of stuff in this box. I'm not done yet. Here we have a 24-hour timer with 48 pins, so you can set the timer every half hour to go on or off. That's for the pump. And yes, there's still more pieces. The doors to the base, a cogwheel of sorts, a little hat for the top of the tower, some more small items, and then the bottom of the unit with a hose in it. Oh, and there's some general information in a packet, which I'll read later. Okay, this might look intimidating, but it was actually pretty easy to put together. Let's take a look at the instructions. Before you begin, pictured at left is a tower that has been set up inside a 26-inch diameter pond liner. We found these at Lowe's for around $12. Okay, I have a Lowe's nearby, and guess what? They had it in stock for $12.98. So I went and picked one up. It's a good idea since the water can spill over, or I can be messy sometimes when I pour in hydroponic nutrient solution. So this acts as a catch tray, and it's cheap enough, so it's a good idea to pick one up, which I did. All right, following the instructions, the next thing I need to do is to set up the pump. It came with some fittings in a small plastic bag. You need to screw the smallest of the fittings onto the top of the pump and make sure that the flow control valve at one end of the pump is open, at least halfway by turning it counterclockwise to open it more. I got a little confused with the O-rings that came with the pump. There were 3 of them, 2 red, 1 gray, but they all seemed to be the same size, and the instructions didn't say anything about them, so I decided to go with the gray one. Next is to make sure the flow control valve is open at least halfway. That's this dial here, so I set it halfway. Now I'm ready to set up the base reservoir. Following the instructions again, I pushed the water hose onto the adapter on the pump. It's a snug fit, as it should be, and then I lay the pump on its side so that it stays submerged, and also according to the instructions, makes it easier for the pump to be moved after adding water to the base. The next step is to place the lid onto the base reservoir. There are 4 small pegs around it, so you need to line up the 4 small holes on the lid with the pegs on the reservoir, and then it should fit nicely into place according to the instructions. But it doesn't tell you what to do about the cord from the pump at this point in the instructions, and the lid definitely doesn't fit into place with the cord in the way. So I put the cord back into the base, and then, without the cord in the way, the lid fits nicely on the base. Next, pull the water hose up through the large middle hole of the lid. Open the access door that has a square corner and pull the pump cord up through it. Okay, so now I know what to do with the cord. These are the access doors. They just snap on easily, and this one looks like the one with the square corner, and this is another piece that needs to go into the middle of the base. Now I can pull the water hose up through the hole in the middle and pull the cord from the pump through as well. So at this point I have the base set up with the pump inside and the water hose and cord pulled through to the outside. Next, there's a small circular track around the middle hole under the cogwheel, and there's a small plastic bottle with ball bearings in it. Yes, the ball bearings need to be fed all around the track, and then the cogwheel piece goes on top of that. You can buy an optional motor to have the Foody tower rotate, but my kit didn't come with a motor, so this is not useful for this setup, but this cogwheel is here just in case in the future you want to add the rotating option. This is the growing pod. There are 3 of them, and you can see it's a bit dirty inside, so I washed them all out off camera, and here we have some tubing. There are 3 of these as well. The black tube gets pushed down in the middle, and the white one off to the side. Here you can see all 3 pods set up with the tubing. This is the lid for the growing pod. There are 3 of them as well. Each has 12 holes to fit the neck cup into. I guess that's why it's called a Foody 12 hydroponic tower. The 3 pods with 12 holes each can hold up to 36 plants, and then the base has another 8 holes for a total of up to 44 plants. Next, I need to stack these pods one on top of the other in no particular order, but the black water hose needs to be threaded through each as I'm stacking them. And here you can see the tower all set up. At this point, I went to Lowe's and picked up the 26-inch pool liner. It was around $14 with tax, and the Foody tower fit perfectly into it. I'm almost done. The water hose needs to be connected to this piece. It goes together easily, and then onto the hose. You need to twist and twist until the hose is fully on, and then on goes the top to cap it all off. Next, I filled the tower with hydroponic nutrient solution. I used the Grow Big formula that I normally use rather than what came in the box. It's easy to mix and it works wonders on my plants. But I will try the solution that came as well once I read up on it. The capacity of the base is 7 gallons, but once the pump works and the water fills up in each of the pods, and each pod holds 1 3/4 gallons of water, so the total capacity of the tower is around 12 gallons. Initially, I set up the tower with 7 gallons in the base. Then I plugged it in to see how it works. As you can see, the water gets pumped up to the top, and then it fills each growing pod with water up to the bottom of each neck cup, and then it siphons down about 3 inches before refilling. Each cycle takes about 2 minutes for the ebb and the flow. The instructions say that you can have a timer run every 30 minutes on and off, but watch to see how the plants are doing And if they seem to be wilting, then run the pump continuously. With the pool liner, the tower takes up a space of 26 inches in diameter, so you need around 2.5 square feet of space to put the tower. It stands at around 51 inches tall, but that's not counting the height of the plants. Here are the net cups. They call them net pots. There are 44 of them, and they are made to fit into the holes in the growing pods. They're the same size as 2-inch net cups, but they're shaped a little differently, so they fit better into the holes than the 2-inch net cups that I have. They don't give you seeds for the tower, so I planted my own and also took some cuttings from my basil plants. I'll do a follow-up video on planting the Foody tower. Here you can see the tower is already planted with some of my favorite plants: lettuce, bok choy, basil, dill. I'm excited to see how all of these turn out. So that's it. The Foody tower is all set up. I moved it into a Mars Hydro grow tent. More about that in another video. If you would like to see updates on the Foody tower and the grow tent, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when I upload them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.